Hello, my name is Brenda Franklin. I'm with Better Homes and Gardens Real Estate Macy & Co. here in Kingston, and I'm the current president of the Kingston Chamber of Commerce. Today, we're super excited about our luncheon, so please be sure to listen all the way through. You're going to get a lot of great information. So what I'd like to do is introduce you to Kylie Campbell. Go ahead, Kylie. Go ahead and tell us who you are and what we're doing today.
Yeah, so hi, my name is Kylie Campbell and I'm the administrative coordinator for the Greater Kingston Community Chamber of Commerce. And today we have speaker Joe Zeman, who is from Valor Marketing. Joe, do you just want to take us away? Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Sure, I'll jump right in there. I'll share my screen too. So my name is Joe Zeman. I'm one of the partners here at Valor Marketing. Valor Marketing is a full service digital marketing agency. And we help small businesses, small to medium-sized businesses, anywhere from with their websites to pretty much anything a business owner can need for online marketing, except for email marketing. So one of the things that happened during COVID was a lot of businesses started to focus more on their websites. So the website is a foundation for a business. It's that 24/7 salesperson to get in front of people, and so when someone goes to a website, they can see what that business is all about. So the one thing that we thought to do during COVID, I think it was around April 2020, is we wanted a way to give back to local businesses who maybe they needed a new website, maybe they didn't have a website, maybe their best friend's cousin's brother who lives in the basement built them a website and they just don't have access to that website. So we thought, what a better way than to just start giving away website builds. So how it works is pretty simple. You can go to our website, which is valormarketingllc.com/ValorCares. The link is in there, and I can also share the link with the chamber as well. But really, you just go and you fill out the form. It's pretty simple. It asks for your name of your business, your contact information. There's a couple questions as far as like, why do you think your business deserves a website? And then maybe what a website could do for your business. Really, the only non-qualifiers we have for this is multi-level marketing businesses. So that would be like if you sell Mary Kay or you sell like essential oils, we're not going to build a website that big because it's just a big undertaking, as well as e-commerce websites. And then we also had like nonprofits, but a lot of nonprofits could also benefit from having a website built. There is a few things. One thing is you're responsible for your monthly hosting and maintenance. So we charge $75 a month to host and maintain the website. And that gives you a few changes every single month if you choose to make changes. And then we have like an annual security certificate that businesses pay for on an annual basis. So the way it works is after winners are chosen, you provide your content and as many images as you possibly can. You also share with us your logo, any social media links or other links to association you want on the website. And then essentially you just get a professionally designed WordPress website we built on WordPress. Our winners go and they choose from different themes, what they call themes available. And then after the website is built, then we start promoting your website on social media. So like these are the logos for some of the businesses who have won. So like Amy's going to talk in a second here, but she's a local health coach here in Kitsap. We have a massage clinic that's also here in Kitsap. The WNY, that's a merchant services company based in New York. Safe Room Security is also local here to Kitsap. A step above the rest is actually a flooring company, and they're based on, I think, South King County area. And then Lisa Cassidy is also based on the East Coast as well. And so we've just expanded it. It's not just for local businesses. We started out local, but then we expanded it to nationwide. And then what's the catch? So everyone always asks, it's a free website, but what's the catch? There has to be something behind it, right? There's nothing behind it. Our goal with this is to we just wanted to help small to medium-sized businesses kind of get back on their feet and just develop a website that's professional looking, clean looking, and just represents their business well. Second thing, it's great marketing for us. So all of our winners just let us, when the website is done, we share that website on our social media platforms, on our website. And then at some point we get a video testimonial done that we also share on social media. And then lastly, just when a company has a website, it really just builds that trust between us and them. It lets that business owner know like how we function, so they can really see that we're really there for small to medium-sized businesses. So it kind of just builds trust with us. We're a premier Google partner. that alone is just the trust that we have with Google. And I mean, that's pretty much it. Again, it's the Valor Cares initiative. We're just trying to help local businesses by giving away, 2 or 3 free website builds every single month. So today I have Amy Jackson. She was one of our winners. So I'm just going to have Amy Jackson unmute herself and just share a little bit about her business first, and then also share like her experience working with us for her project.
Yes, thank you, Joe. Thanks for inviting me and giving me the opportunity to plug Valor Cares. I am a local health and life coach. I started my business a little over a year ago, and it's called Better Path Coaching. It's a brand new start of a business. I'm not affiliated with anything. This is me and me only. And I don't know that I would have started a website as soon as I was able to if it wasn't for Valor Cares. And the idea of trying to build a website by myself to save money is very daunting. And Valor Cares and Joe, of course, with his assistance, made it really, really easy. I could not even say that more. It was a very easy process, and it's very affordable. So I've been very grateful to have the opportunity to be chosen for the Valor Cares project. And it's been really beneficial for my business to have a page that I can send people that just gives them an overview of what it is that I do, how to make an appointment with me, my why and my reasoning behind starting this business, and then like frequently asked questions, all that kind of stuff. I got like 5 pages on my website, and lots of links and things like that. So they did a really fantastic job, and it's really helped me have a source of somewhere to send people for more information, which I think is imperative when starting a new business. So yeah, that was about it for me.
All right, I was going to pull up her website real quick if I could. See how quick I am on the.
The nice thing is they're very flexible. I was able to put my own personal touches to the templates that they gave me options for, and I chose this beginning. It's actually got some music to it, and a guy kind of running to the top of the mountain and feeling very powerful about that. So it was really nice to be able to put my own personal touches and feelings into this website, because that's important for my business.
That's it, guys.
Oh, great. So questions for you. One of the things that you said, Amy, is you said that you got a little bit of help with the planning on it. So that's one of the hard things for, I think, a lot of our business people, is we get moving so fast, and it's like stopping to really define who you are, what you do, what you're trying to communicate, how you can help people. So can you kind of go on a little bit more about how Joe and his team helped you in really getting your message across? Like, I know there's detail in that, and you guys kind of lightly touched over that, but that's definitely an important part.
Yeah, absolutely. When you're starting a new business, you got things going in your head. It's like, okay, you can't forget to do this. I need to do this. Oh yeah, I got to do this. There's lots of legality things that you got to do. And it's hard to, oh gosh, I got to do the website. Oh, I got to do the website. And that's daunting. And you just keep putting it off because it's not the most important thing. It should be, but so Joe made it really easy, because it just really was like, pick which template you liked. And if there was something that was like, that's just not my fit, there was other options too. Pick a template you like, answer these questions, and just kind of play around with the colors that you want and what you want to look like, and just keep it all in a Google Doc and share it with me. And but it was really easy, because he gave me this is what a website should look like, and this is the questions you should be able to answer when somebody comes to your website. So he made sure that he gave me good questions for me to think about and get really open and honest about what it is I'm looking for, but who it is I am as well. So he made it really simple.
So part of thank you, Amy. Part of our process is actually setting up that Google Doc, like Amy mentioned, putting together what they call a sitemap, which is the different pages that are going onto the website, getting all of the social media links, getting the theme that they choose into the document, and then laying out the pages, and then sharing that with the with the clients, so that way they can take their content and go share it into the Google document. And then I go through and I read the content, set it up through the grammar check to make sure everything's kosher with your spelling and your grammar, because let's be honest, a lot of us are not very good at spelling, right? So once we gather all the website content, once the client approves the content, once we have all of the pictures and their logo and the different maybe association logos, then that gets sent to our build team. Our build team knocks out the website. Usually takes 7 to 14 business days, sometimes quicker. And then they get a proof link. We can make a couple rounds of changes to the proof link to make sure the website has the look and feel that the client is looking for, the business wants. And then once after they approve it, after the final changes are done, then we set the website live. And at that point is when businesses will start getting charged for their hosting and maintenance. And then if there's changes that need to be made, we make it so simple to where on the bottom of our own website, there's a link that says website change request. So they don't even have to, if they feel like they're going to bother someone, they're not. They just fill out the form, they submit their changes, and then on Mondays, usually the beginning of the week, is when all of our website changes get done. So it's a pretty simple process. We try to keep it as simple as possible because we understand that businesses are busy and they have a lot to do. And then as far as content goes, if businesses don't know what they're going to write, I have a way to cheat the system and it works every time. But if let's say you're a roofer and a roofer does what a roofer does, but you're not sure what to write, this is the easiest way to write your own content. Go to a competitor website in another state. I can't believe I'm going to say this on a recording, but go to a website in another state, right? Copy and paste information, change the content by a good 30%, and then you'll have fresh content that's relevant to your business that's not going to be considered duplicate content. Because if you have duplicate content on a website, Google will actually blacklist your website, meaning you would have to rebuild starting completely over. So, and if you need to hire someone, then there's local copywriters here throughout Kitsap or throughout the country. They charge anywhere from somewhat charge per page and then some charge per word. But you could get some good content written for I'd say low is like $100 a page.
And then
that's what he did. He was able to do that for me. Is he just suggested I look at other health coach pages, and there's not a lot of health coach competition in this area, thank goodness. But there's that was a really great way for me to get some ideas of how I wanted it to look, how I wanted it to flow. And then, I would have never thought about writing that about my business or mentioning that, or, so it's a great way, even if you're not copy and pasting necessarily, to just spark some ideas just by looking at other people's websites. So pretty easy.
That's fantastic. I have a question. Thank you both for that.
Yep.
And I have another question for you, if you don't mind.
Yeah, go for it.
So I've noticed on your website, and something that you mentioned earlier about being a Google partner and helping with the Google business listings. I know that Google is like the biggest search engine. And when most people go to look, how is what you're doing really going to get like the first hit on searches outside of us drawing our own customers?
So I'll be honest, having a website that's built properly, that actually has the name of the business and maybe the people in the business that are built onto the website, is a start. So just because you have a website doesn't mean you're going to be found. So we build the websites with some minimal, what they call on-page SEO work, which is if someone goes to Google and I type in the name of the business, I'm going to be able to find that business. There's a lot of websites that are built out there that are just built, they look pretty, people spend thousands of dollars on a website, but then even when I go look for the name of that business, I can't even find their website. So our websites have some on-page, what they call on-page SEO work built into the website so that websites can be found. You mentioned Google My Business. Google My Business is a free tool for businesses. It's just your Google map listing and it's free. So just like you would go and post to Facebook or Instagram or Snapchat or Tweet or whatever social platform you guys choose to use, Google My Business is also, it's a local It's just a local directory. So as often as you post to Facebook, post to your Google My Business, make sure your Google My Business page is updated, make sure you have all your services in there, make sure all your contact information is there. And then, like I said, post to it. So your Google My Business posts technically expire every 7 days. They're still there, but they technically expire. So just make sure that you're posting to it on a regular basis, upload as many pictures as you can, upload videos. Make sure that you're replying to all of your reviews online. So your Google My Business has your reviews, and you should get notifications once a review is left, but make sure that you're replying to all of your reviews, both the negative and the positive, especially the negative ones. And it's just with a quick message of thank you for choosing to work with our company. We appreciate your business. We're sorry that XYZ happened. Here is someone that you can reach out to within the company. Here's their email address. Please reach out to us. So that takes the ownership off of you and puts it back on them. And then even for the positive reviews, still thank them. Like, hey, thank you, so-and-so. Take the time. There is some auto replies that you can put in there, but just take the time for each reply and thank that person by name. And then also same thing. If there's anything else we can do, in the future, please reach out. Here's our email address, or here's our phone number.
So is that part of your search engine optimization program,
Google My
or
Business.
is that different? Can you go and talk about what you do with search engine optimization?
Sure. So Google My Business is something separate. It's something that we coach businesses on for free. We're a Grow with Google high impact partner. We've won the award for the last 3-4 years in a row. It's because we put on a lot of free workshops with Google, where we have Google come and present now virtually, but Google comes and present one of their national trainers on different topics related to businesses. But Google My Business is completely separate, but it does work into like SEO rankings. When an SEO campaign is done properly, you can actually help push people up through the rankings in your Google My Business. And then SEO, I know it's a daunting task and it can be expensive, but I think every business should be, focusing on SEO. It's a long-term marketing strategy. The only businesses that really don't need to focus on it are like very hyper local, like I'm a dry cleaner or I'm a coffee shop, right? Those should not pay for SEO. They should just focus on social media and they'll be fine. But larger companies like a roofing company, there's how many roofers in every single city or every single county. So with SEO, our focus is on page. So which is like your title tags, meta tags, keywords, alt tags, all these different on page things, answering 3 questions to Google, which is who you are, what do you do, and where do you service me, and where do you cover? Then we focus on directory submission. So all your maps, your map sites and your directory, we literally claim a business on hundreds of different websites with the same thing, that name, address, phone number, email, hours, website, all that information has to stay the same. And then for our off-page optimization, it's link building. So it's writing articles, doing press releases, doing social blogging, creating this activity about a business on websites that are related to the business and their industry. So we're not just writing an article and just submitting it to hundreds of different sites that have nothing to do with that industry. It has to be relevant. And then we engage in social media activity for the purpose of SEO. We do that through Facebook, Google My Business, and Twitter. And it'll be like a stupid post like, for the best roofing company in Poulsbo, WA, please visit my website, right? There's nothing fancy about it. There's no images. It's just, here's a sentence. I'm going to fill that post with that keyword and that city and provide a link back to my website. And then we do that month in, month out. We have a team of about 68 people on our SEO team and growing.
Oh, wow. Can you go back to telling me about how you do? You went really fast over a lot of that. So I'm trying to keep up with you as I'm processing it for my own. So you're saying you write articles or write information for businesses. I know that that's like always on the to-do list, and you circle around and go, oh, I'm going to have time to do that. So how, I guess my question as a business owner is, how do you know what's in my head to write that?
So
like, can you help me with that?
I got you. I understand. So the good thing about what we do with writing those articles is we have a team of copywriters or ghostwriters, and it's writing an article about, so if you're a real estate agent. So if I'm targeting residential real estate or homes for sale right, the article that we write, we're gonna impose those keyword phrases in the article. So it's not necessarily an article about you specifically, but it's an article about what we're targeting in the areas that we're targeting, and we're making sure that those cities and those keyword phrases are in those articles. And then every time we submit the article, we make sure that there's a link to the business's website in that article, linking back to their website. So you're creating these online bridges, so to speak, from one website to the other website. And so over time, Google sees that as, here's this other website. I can see it. I can't touch it. I can't feel it, but I can see it. And they allow this company to post an article with a link back to their website. So that shows Google that your website is now a trusted website, and it slowly starts pushing you up the rankings. So if we have to write 2 articles and submit it to like 30 publications in a month, then that's what we do. What we have to do is we have to see what your competitors are doing and how much activity do we need to create to beat out your competitors.
So you're submitting those articles to publications.
Correct.
Okay.
And if
those
this
are
is
just, what kind of publications are they? Are they local publications? Are they national publications? Are they just
local public, a lot of more national publications, but it's just publications that are related to your industry. So if I'm a roofer, it's going to have to do with home improvement or roofing websites. The great thing about what we do is we provide a report on a monthly basis that shows all of the activity that we created. So our clients can see, all right, here's what's happened in my rankings, which is really, that's all people care about. Where am I moving up in the rankings? Who cares what you guys do as long as you're pushing me up? But we show the ranking report, then we show we provide links to all of the articles, to all of the social blogs. We let them know the good things that have happened. We let them know the bad things that have happened, because SEO is a long-term marketing strategy, and it's just something that takes time. So there is going to be months to where you're pushing up, you're there, and then you drop off. Usually when you drop off, it's because Google pushed out one of their updates to their algorithm. Google has 2 separate departments for the algorithm. The right hand doesn't know what the left hand is doing, which keeps SEO companies on their toes as far as, all right, this is what Google has changed. What do we need to do to change what we're doing to be in line with what Google's looking for? And when I say Google, I mean Google, Yahoo, and Bing. So Google, is your #1 search platform, and then Bing and Yahoo are also important. But our major focus is always with Google first, and then we circle back to Yahoo and Bing. Did that answer your question?
Yeah, no, it's super helpful. And now you got me buzzing going, okay, pay per click management. Now I'm like, okay, I need to know about that too.
So Google ads or pay per click. So they're referred to as like three or four different things. So pay per click, Google ads, search engine marketing, SEM, those are all the same things. So what those are is those are the ads that show up at the very top of Google and Bing. And right next to them, they say ad. So Google ad is a great way to target as large of an area as a business wants, focusing on as many keywords or services that they offer. So with SEO, it's very hyper local to I'm focusing on these 2 or 3 cities and these, 5 to 10 keyword phrases. So like a keyword phrase is, homes for sale, houses for sale, condos for sale, waterfront properties, best real estate agent. Those are different keyword phrases. So in SEO, you focus all your activity around those keyword phrases and those, a few cities. For Google Ads, as a real estate agent, you probably cover all of Kitsap County and Jefferson County. Maybe you go to Clallam County. Maybe if you're really feeling it, maybe you even take a ferry across the water or drive all the way down to Gig Harbor. But so with Google Ads, you can target as large of an area as you want to target and as many keyword phrases or services that you offer. So you may only want to target, I only want to go after people looking for waterfront properties. So you offer everything else, but you only want to focus on one thing. You can do that. You can also limit to when people see your ads. So people who have office staff. So I'll give you a really good example. We have a roofing company we work with here in Kitsap. I'm not going to give you the name, but their office people, the gals that work in the office they want to leave right at 5 o'clock. So as soon as 5 o'clock hits, they're out the door. So if they get a call into the office past like 4:50, they're upset now because they have to stay. Now, when 5 o'clock hits, they're not leaving right away. They're still on the phone answering questions. So you can actually turn your ads on from let's say they get there at 8 in the morning, ads turn on at 8, ads turn off at 4:30 or 4:40. So you can customize it. I mean, I don't recommend it that way, but we do have businesses that do that. We do have businesses that turn on, like if you're a DUI attorney, they turn on their ads at 9 o'clock at night till 3 in the morning, right? Because that's when people get their DUIs usually. And so that's when I'm going to be looking, right? I just got pulled over. I just got a DUI. I need to find a DUI attorney, right? So you can customize your ads when they show up, when they don't show up. You can do what they call negative keywords. So that's where if there's a service that you offer that you don't want to show up for, you can add that as a negative keyword to make sure you don't show up for those things. As a campaign is run, we look at what you're showing up for or what people are typing in the searches to find your ad. And a lot of times people show up for their competitors. So what we do is we add those competitors' names or those other company names as negative keywords. Because to be honest, if someone calls your office looking for that business and the person who answers the phone can't convert them to working with you instead of the other company, then you're wasting money. So we add those companies as negative keywords. However, you can train your staff. So if I'm keep using roofing, if I'm a roofing company and I'm looking for ABC Roofing, but I'm calling Joe's Roofing, if Joe's Roofing answers the call and they can't convert that person first to find out if they're just looking for estimates, if you can coach them to do that, then it makes sense to show up for your competitors. If you can't coach them to do that, then you're just wasting money.
That sounds good. And then this is something that you manage for customers like Amy. She's like, oh, I don't have time to do all that. You're
Not yet
taking
with
care
Amy.
of that for her. What?
Nope. Amy has a website. She's a one woman superwoman. So there's only so much time in her day. But yes, we manage it for lots of businesses throughout Kitsap. We have clients in 23 states. We are local. I live in Silverdale. My business partners are up north in Camano Island area. But yeah, we are a local company. And the easiest thing I would say is make sure you know if you're doing Google ads, make sure you know what the companies who are managing, what their margins are. So we disclose our margins. So as a Google partner, we have to disclose our margins, especially if our clients ask us. So like we take 25% of the budget to manage a campaign. That 25% caps at a certain price point. So we have clients that do spend thousands of dollars with us, but that budget amount caps at $5,000 a month. So after $5,000 a month, we don't continually charging the additional 25%. And the reason why is because it doesn't matter if you're spending $5,000 or $50,000, the amount of work involved in managing that Google Ads campaign is still the same. So there's no point in taking all that extra money from a business when it's not needed. Now, I know a lot of our competitors do that, but it's just something that we don't. And the reason why we disclose our margins is most of our competitors charge anywhere from 35 to 52%. And they don't tell you that up front. So now you're spending, let's say $1,000. You think you're spending $1,000. In reality, you're spending $500. And that other $500 is their management fee, but they don't ever tell you that. So we're just very upfront and honest. I'm an Army veteran. My business partner is a retired Marine. So we're just very blunt with people. So if we can't help someone, we're going to tell them. But yeah, our goal is to help businesses and figure out if we're a right fit. And if we're not the right fit, then we refer them to people who are.
Oh, Amy, what do you got?
I just going to mention a couple of things about level of services, I guess, really quick, because, like I said before, Joe's helped me quite a bit at starting a brand new business and not really knowing exactly what all the hoops you need to jump through to get that going. I was able to start my Google My Business ad or page, or what I guess you would say, because that's something that you can do for free. And I would have never known about that if Joe didn't suggest that. And that's something that he knows very well about and coached me through it and got my page on uploaded it up to Google. And so that's something that, like, if you're searching, like for me, if you're searching in Silverdale and you're like health coaches, I'm going to come up. I don't have SEO, so I'm still going to come up though, because I'm a health coach near that person. And so they have, my page will come up. And so that right there was something that of course I was like, I didn't realize that existed, but we really should all have that. But for someone like my type of business, SEO is something that would probably happen way down the road after I have a more substantial income. And there's a lot of little things that he has coached me through to help my business marketing and to get my business seen that don't include SEO that work better for small businesses. So I highly suggest that you meet with him one-on-one to see what kinds of things would benefit your business, depending on what it is that you're doing and the size of your business, and of course your budget. That's all a big part of it.
Oh, thank you.
And then,
I guess, oh, go ahead. Go ahead, Kylie.
Joe, I was just wondering, because you are offering, a free website to people who attend today, about how long does that process take from like start to finish generally?
The hardest part is getting the content or the information from the different pages. That's what honestly takes the longest. It could take anywhere from, because if the business owner doesn't have the time to write it, that's one thing they are going to have to pay someone else to do, to write that content, because that's just very time consuming. But if the business owner had all of their content, all of their pictures, their logos, everything already ready to go, then we could probably knock everything out from the time we start to the time a website is live is easily within 2 weeks. Just depending on like how many other website projects we have ahead of that one project. But so like realistically, 3 to 4 weeks. If we have everything. The biggest thing is going to be content. I mean, I have a client that we're working with, and I've been waiting on content for like 8 months. So it has to be, you just have to be involved. We want to get the business owner involved, because even though they're getting something for free, there still has to be buy-in from that business. And the buy-in is, I'm going to help you get what you need so that we can help get this website going. And then we do need access to the domain name, which is the URL, whether you have it with GoDaddy or whatever company that you use for your domain name. We just need access to that domain name, because we're going to host a website on the companies that we use.
Sounds good. Joe, I got another question for you. Thank you. What do you think that the biggest roadblock for people who either haven't built their website or haven't updated it and it's 5-10 years old? What do you think is kind of stopping them, and how can you kind of set them at ease at getting what they really need to get done? What can you talk to those people that are kind of on the fence, like, gosh, I know I need to do that? What can you help that person? I know you've heard the stories. So
the biggest roadblock is always going to be content and pictures. So a lot of 60% of our clients are just home services, some sort of contractor. They typically do not have the time to get what we need. So I always tell people, and this is something that I learned from other businesses, is hire those services out. If you know that you're not going to get around to taking the pictures, hire a photographer, schedule some time, go get pictures taken of your work. If you know that you're not going to have the time to write the content, or even cheat the way I mentioned, how to cheat through the system to get your own content, hire it out. That's the biggest roadblock for all businesses that we work with, is not having pictures and not having content. So unfortunately, like I said, even though you're getting a free website, find a local copywriter, and get that content written. But that's the biggest roadblock. And then the other thing is, after we get a website proof, we meet with our clients to go over what their website is, figure out what any changes there are. It's in our agreement that states you have like X number of days. We're holding people to that, because sometimes they get a website proof and then it sits on the side, and they don't get around to it for a few weeks, sometimes a couple months. And so the quicker that you can get content and images, and then the quicker that we can make any proof changes, the quicker someone can have a website. Did that help?
yes, thank
Okay.
you.
And then Joe, so for the website giveaway, does it matter if it's like a new business starting out and it would be a completely blank website, or say an existing business who's just trying to update their website? Does that matter at all?
Not at all. I would say of the winners we have, I would say half are more newer businesses. The other half have been in business for several years. So the only two industries that we're not going to build for is the e-commerce, which is a shopping cart website, or a multi-level marketing company, because they sell products. And most times when you meet with them, they want to put all of their products on their website. So when you build an e-commerce website or a shopping cart website, each product is its own page. So with our website giveaway, we build up to 15 pages. And 15 pages is still a significant amount of pages for a business. But with an e-commerce, if you have 200 products, that's 200 pages. So it's just something to consider. The other thing that we would charge extra for in the build would be like if someone wanted to integrate third-party software. Some third-party software like a CRM, your client relations management software stuff. Some of that stuff, there is a plugin for it and it's easy to install. Some of it requires additional coding. And if it requires that, then we would talk to the business about what the cost is to integrate it.
Okay. And is there a maximum amount of pages that you guys
15.
do? 15 is the max for the free website?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. And then let's see here. Does anybody else have any questions that they want to ask Joe while they're on? Not right now.
No, I appreciate you guys having me on. I know it's just supposed to talk about our Valor Care stuff, but I'm glad I got to talk a little bit about what else, how else we help businesses. I'll put my contact information in the chat. If you have questions after this, just call me. It's the one thing I love doing is just helping people. So if I can help answer your question or steer you in the direction of someone who can, I just love to help.
And then Joe, really quickly, can you also tell people how they can go on to enter for the free website giveaway?
Yeah, I'll drop that link real quick here in the chat as well. But it's just, you go to our website, valormarketingllc.com. And under, I want to say the services tab, there's a drop down for Valor Cares. Make sure you submit for Valor Cares and not Valor Cares East Coast. We have two separate ones, but make sure you submit for Valor Cares. And then we'll choose one winner and we'll reach out to that winner and let them know. And we just have a committee of people that chooses the winners every month. So I don't even do it. So that makes it fair.
Actually, I have one more quick question, Joe. So you're giving away a 15-page website or up to. If somebody wanted to go larger than that, could they purchase that from you?
Yeah, they would just have to let us know how many pages they're looking to have built. And then we would just talk about the additional cost.
Okay.
So that's a link to for me. And then I'll grab the link real quick for the giveaway.
And so say somebody wins the website giveaway that eventually wants to do e-commerce. Is that something like they could still win the free website and, pay you guys to do that? Or do you guys handle
we would just,
e-commerce?
Yep. If they want to integrate e-commerce into it, then we would just talk about the costs involved in doing that.
Okay, perfect.
So if they wanted to start out with like an informational website only first, that's fine. And then, or even like, let's say someone wins and they want to turn it into an e-commerce, we would just let them know the additional cost for doing so.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, because I know there's a lot of people in the Kingston community who would be interested in learning about e-commerce for their smaller businesses. I think that would be a good thing to know about.
And if they're going to do e-commerce, I would stick to like Shopify and WordPress for building. And the reason why is because with those two platforms, later down the line, if they wanted to hire a company to do SEO to optimize their website, it has to be one of those two platforms because either of those platforms gives back-end access to the website, which is what is needed when you do SEO. So if you have like a Squarespace or Wix or Weebly or one of those free ones, you cannot do SEO. It has to be a Shopify or a WordPress.
And then Greg, did you have a question?
Yeah, so Joe, are these kind of mobile friendly too? Is that just built into it, or do you kind of have to design it specifically if you want to have something that's really a mobile friendly website application?
Great
really
question. Yeah, great question. All of our websites are responsive websites. So responsive means it automatically resizes to the device that that person is on. So they are mobile friendly. So as you go to like a tablet or mobile, the nav bar goes away and you get the little hamburger thing, the little 3-stack hamburger to look at the pages.
Yeah.
Good question.
Yeah, that's we're trying to get much more customer focused. As you know, we're a public agency, and we're a small one though, and we get virtually no tax money. We operate really like a private. We're a public agency that acts like a private with customers, the private sector business. So we're trying to do something. We're looking at doing something that's way more. And a lot of our customers are voters, right? Or voters or visitors, tourism, that kind of thing. We do have people that live here in the community too, but even everybody, and also trying to reach out to other demographics where they really are. I mean, they live on their phone, so we're trying to get, even though traditionally a lot of voters, they have money and they're older because they have money. But I think that we're seeing this whole new demographic, and we're trying to kind of change it so people have experiences coming to Kitsap Peninsula, including Kingston. But mobile, I think, is, we really want to stress that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, like I said, all of our websites have a responsive design, so they're going to automatically reformat to the user when we go through the proofing process. Even after the website goes live, I still check on our websites to make sure that how it looks, how it's supposed to look, it looks that way. So like if there's a word that's a long word and 2 letters end up on the right below it, I make sure that I talk to our website team to get that, fixed right away.
I do have one more question after you're done. Sorry. So if there's a website that say it's half built, maybe it's in WordPress, and somebody doesn't want to start over from scratch, can you jump in and help them? Or do you need to start from the beginning to kind of get it to work the way you need it to?
So with WordPress, there's literally thousands of themes people can choose from. So usually a website builder is familiar with certain different themes, and within that theme, there's different layouts. So if it's in something that we're not familiar with, we would rebuild it. If you're adamant about keeping your current website and just making changes to your current website, honestly, I would just refer you to a website builder north of Seattle. It's just not something that our company does. We prefer to build a website from scratch and maintain that website.
Okay, thank you for answering that.
Yep. A lot of good questions.
Yeah, are there any other questions before we kind of open it up? Okay, well, Joe, I just wanted to say thank you so much for coming to speak with us. We really appreciated having you representing Valor Marketing here. And I'm really excited that you guys are going to do a free website giveaway. I'm sure there's lots of people in the community who, lots of chamber members.
Yeah, we look forward to it. And I thank Amy for jumping on and saying some kind words. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Well,
yeah, thanks, Amy. That was, I appreciate it. That's cool. And I looked at your website already. Pretty cool story.
Yeah. So yeah, if you haven't already, please check out Valor Marketing's website. They have for some great things, as well as the Valor Cares. So thank you guys for attending today's luncheon. We are getting off a little bit early, which I'm sure everybody loves. They can actually go eat their lunch now. But thank you guys for hopping on. I really appreciate it.
Kylie, one question for you. What do we have coming up?
Yeah, so some of the things that we have coming up at the chamber, we are doing weekly ribbon tyings. So those are every Tuesday at 12:30. We're trying to showcase some of our local chamber members. Next Tuesday at 12:30, we have the Village Greens ribbon tying. And then let's see here. We also have on the 19th, that is going to be our ribbon tying ceremony with CB's Nuts. And then we have the third Thursday of every month is our business after hours. This month's after hours is going to be at Divine Wine Bar and Bistro. So if you guys are available, please stop by. You don't have to be a member to attend. If you're interested in joining the chamber as well, just stop by anytime. We would love to see you guys there. It's a great networking opportunity. And then, yes, we have our chamber luncheons the first Thursday of every month. So if you weren't able to attend this one, feel free to attend the next one. And we'll share that all in our newsletter. And if you want to be added to our newsletter, please just let me know. My email is director@kingstonchamber.com. So hopefully I see you guys soon, and hopefully we get lots of new members, because the chamber is growing and we want you to be a part of our community.
Sounds good.
Thank you guys so much for attending. It was very nice to meet you all.
Thank you for having me. It was wonderful.
Thanks, Joe. Thanks for your service too. Thanks, Amy.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.